following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
What I meant was, industrial espionage is just as common as military espionage. The companies have to take care of it, and I go through the same thing again.
Yes. And she kind of wanders around in front of the desk and she says, so how different is counter-espionage from espionage itself?
Well, realistically, there's not too much difference. One is trying to attack a system, the other is trying to figure out how a system will be attacked and making that not possible.
So somebody who would theoretically stop somebody into hacking a machine could also just as capably hack into a machine. And then she kind of leans forward on the desk with her hands on it.
19 sleight of hand. I'm backdooring her computer.
Because she's not watching the screen
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah. With a roll for distraction because she is now leaning forward with her cleavage.
Okay.
But I will give you a bonus from the fact that you were focused on the task at hand and weren't overtly looking at her at the time.
Also, I've just ignored her cleavage successfully for quite
You've
some
grown
time.
desensitized to hers. This is
And hers are better!
Plus what? Since you've got a bonus, you still have plus.
This is training TL. What do you mean? It's a training TL.
Now juggle them round!
Now put these tassels on.
Concentration. Oh, it is actually a thing. Look at that. I got to 12 with... I don't know what bonuses there are.
Okay. That's probably enough for you just to maybe just glance and then just glance back. Of course, it
I
happened.
was like, oh my god,
Out the corner of your eye, you see they're there, and you glance out, and then probably.
my weakness. They look like little voles.
Concentration's run of con. That goodwill, baby.
Hey, what? Yeah, that is nonsense. Concentration stat is calm.
Not...
No, it's con! It's con, yeah!
Yeah, I think in the book it's mentioned like concentration in the book is like being able to sleep in heavy armor and that kind of thing.
But it just sounds funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, in most systems, that's what is it. Wiz
It was-
or Ant?
Either one.
It's usually like Wiz or Will. But anyway, that's what I got to. And then I will respond to her thing and say, oh, sure, I guess. And then once I'm done, I'm going to play into the cleavage looking at it and go, well, that's... Sorry, what? Oh, your thing's done.
Thank you. How would you...
Can I do my standard check to see if there's anyone else's footprints in here? Like someone else has been
Backdooring.
sliding around inside?
If you want, it'll take a little while, but yeah.
3 and electronics 19. 22.
I work for a very, very rich company here in Terminal Systems.
So I look around the office. You don't say.
How would you like to earn some extra credits?
This could play into the jobs. Money is good. I don't get the feeling I'm going to be opening that other guy's office up. The Batarian douche.
Of course, the main problem is that I need to get you access to these areas, she says, as if talking to herself. I can't exactly send you on a job, I don't have that authority.
That's good. The longer she's talking to herself, the more time I have to check around inside.
The computer.
There are some people on this facility that could be very detrimental to my business and to this facility overall, I feel. I have a feeling that they might be up to no good.
It's that human, isn't it?
No, I don't think there's any human representatives here.
Oh. I'm sure I saw them all done up in big suits with visors and scarves.
No.
Okay. Get back to work.
I'm talking about the Dartan Manufacturing and Attican Employment Services and Elkos Combine representatives here.
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling they're up to some shady business, but I can't prove it.
Oh. Okay. I don't burst into laughter. Back on here. Uh-huh.
So I need somebody to just give me access to their terminals so that, well, let's just say I have a small device that will install some software on there for me that will route all of their communications to me so I can, you know, access them and make sure that they're not doing anything nefarious, you understand?
Oh yeah, that'll do the trick. I'm supposed to be playing this very...
Do you have to roll for bluff? No. No. Is she bluffing? No.
If I manage to get anywhere with the...
It's just a time.
Okay.
It's just a time thing.
Hell yeah, that'll do the trick.
I was wondering if you'd be able to help me with this.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard. The trick is getting access in there.
Yes. I'm guessing you can't also hack a door. I mean,
Door securities are almost a joke compared to computers. They were a big problem in counter-espionage, let me tell you.
Smile across my face suddenly.
Man, the number of times I had to improve door locks around the place, you wouldn't even believe. It's like, well, they spend all this money on computer security, but meanwhile any janitor with a mop and a secret mustache can just walk right in.
Interesting. Your job orders there.
Mm-hmm.
How easy?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, here's my job order.
Yes. How easy? She grabs them. How easy would it be for you to alter these without getting in trouble with your boss?
All the job orders are logged on the system, so I'd have to change it on the system.
Could you change it on this data pad without it updating to the system?
Yeah, but then the secretary or whatever will check it against the system and it won't be on there.
Yes, but what if you're not passing by any secretaries and are only working within this building? And then all you need to do is...
I hate it when people say things I've been thinking of doing.
flash it by anybody who's they happen to ask, and...
Oh, that might work.
And what would you want for this? She says, and she walks up closer to you.
What?
Surely you would be compensated for working for me.
A look of sudden realization that this isn't hypothetical spreads across my stupid face.
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that doesn't. That one. Did you see these are? But dangerous, you say. To shred, you say. Lingering look at boobs.
What you need to do is install this little program. It basically does itself. As long as you can access basic security each terminal would have.
What's a number that rich people assume poor people think is a lot of money? 600, 2,000, or 1,400?
Probably for something like this.
He said
it'd be
making
at
a
least-
direct American government payment check.
It's probably the 1,000 because
I got paid $5,000 for my
1,400 then.
sorry, how?
1,400, and you'll get that $2,000 that was never $2,000, it was 1,400 as soon as we're elected, and that's still not coming. Yeah.
So you just blurt out 1,000.
1,400.
Excellent. I'll give you half right now, and then half on completion.
Oh.
Here are their offices.
I'll record that information. And then get back to work doing the thing I'm doing.
Julie's the...
And everyone here is a piece of shit. We're gonna burn. We are gonna burn this to the ground, right? And I'm like, that's a thing that's happening. Once we found all the slaves and orphan children under the.
Given all the cutthroat company stuff, we won't have to do shit.
Kill all the Tiawas.
I don't know if we brought enough explosives given the scale of this place.
Oh.
Don't worry about that.
I'm just going to put them in the
So,
right
yeah,
place.
you finished your deep dive into in terms of you don't find anybody has actually accessed her.
I'm honestly shocked.
Then again, this system has only been up and running for about a week.
I'm honestly shocked.
Yeah, it's been up and running for a week, and she's only been using it for about 5 days. So, is there anything else you were?
Well, I'll need.
She's
I'll need the
come
device.
back around and can see what you're doing at this point as well. So.
It looks like your system is clean.
That's good to know.
Oh, I'll need the devices.
But she's put the device on her. It's just one, like, it's
One-
something similar to this.
1 to 5. Oh, I see. It's going to download software. Check software.
Oh, so you're putting it into her machine?
No, I'm going to isolate the region first. Yeah. That'll probably be decryption. Not that 17 and 19 edition again.
Yeah, what you've got here is a little program that will, in fact, it starts auto-executing on her system.
Yeah, like I said, I isolated the thing to analyze it, so it shouldn't unpack properly.
So yeah, it basically just runs through and basically bypasses the security, so that any communication, like, it's not going to do anything on her terminal because all it's going to do is unlock her communications to herself, which she already has access to. But yeah,
That sounds like a useful program. You think I'm looking at it? I pay careful attention to it. So, is it very efficient? Is it? Would I be able to easily detect that this is going on based on the additional runtime?
no. It's like a Trojan or malware, basically. That's the way it works. So unless you knew it was there, there's no real way you'd know that it was doing this in the background.
So all it's doing is just sending messages.
Anytime they'll send a message, it'll basically secretly not really forward, but
Put a
it'll-
BCC.
Yeah.
What about incoming stuff or just external?
It seems to only have the outgoing, but if she replies to somebody, of course, it's going to have their information there too.
So it can't. She won't get copies of the incoming mail. I'm pointing that out. Well, it's like you're only getting outgoing mail.
Yes, apparently it's more secure that way. It's detectable.
Yeah, if you're happy with that. Back up.
The best time will probably be this evening when they are in the executive lounge. Most of them are in there at around about 1600.
Yes, of course.
Then you should have free reign.
Well, then I should be going.
Won't you have to stick around this level for a while?
Probably yes.
After all, once you leave, you might not be able to get back in. Those orders will be reset as soon as you turn them back into your...
I will have to update my report with my boss.
Yes, but won't that erase any changes you've made that will allow you to get back in here?
No, I will tell them there is a bigger problem with the terminal and it needs more work.
And you need to go back, of course. Oh, you...
With some specialist equipment.
Just one moment. She gets onto her terminal again, and if you're standing there, you can see her sending a message through to your supervisor.
Let's be honest here.
Okay then. Then she's doing something on the computer, and then she goes,
Satellite
that'll
scanning
help.
initiated.
That should help you.
Yes, it should.
You can go now.
Thank you. I'll toddle off. Head back to my booth. Trying to come up with exactly what specialized equipment I will need to fix the problem. Oh yes, I'm going to need a new data storage module and a cloning tool.
Cloning tool?
With this kind of security, I will need a special little cable that's just got some decryption, re-encryption soft in it, so I can just copy one data storage module to another to ghost it. Because it'll have security on it, it'll just be faster. They'll have this like thing set up, like with her, because obviously her storage system is fucked, right? And she'll need a new storage module. I just want to.
Okay.
That's why I have to come back and get the thing.
Okay. So yeah, when you arrive back, your boss...
Or their equipment is all like PlayStation or Xbox, and you need a proprietary cable for no good reason.
Yeah. You arrive back and your boss is, he says, "Oh good, I got a message from you, from Miss Atrani, and she told me that you need to go back later when she's not using the machine."
Yes, her data storage module is in bad shape. I'll need a new one and a cloning tool.
Of course. Let me just
When I
sign
go
you
back.
off on those.
In the meantime, are there any other jobs I can do?
Now, filtration has some issues with its systems being a little too slow. It's holding up their production.
Say no more.
There you go.
What part of filtration?
Yes.
Filtration's 32.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
It might fit me.
It might fit you. That's what she said.
It's one of the biggest rooms.
Don't worry, I'll be really fast. And that's what she said.
Yeah, I'll head there and do that.
Okay. Day goes on. No major additional incidents. And then it's time for your shift to end. For all of you, basically.
Okay. I'll, before I go and collect the equipment necessary for her special job, and I'll head to the mess hall so I can do my evening update with team. I'll just briefly check in with these guys. Copy over my notes in case I have to bolt because I've got that job on. I don't know about her thing. But I'm assuming she's breast whoring.
I'm off to the executive lounge.
Oh, we're not going to the mess hall for dinner?
No, because I've been invited out for dinner.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop in there, check on whatever team shows up.
But
Be there.
I would have gone back to the room to get changed.
To your room? Okay. When you go back to your room, there is a package waiting for you at the foot of the...
Creepy and weird. It's fun to dress them.
Take the package and go inside. Open it. Open the
So
package.
it's basically, it opens via your Omni tool,
Yeah.
which is key to your fake identity.
Yeah.
And it's a Sluty Asari dress. And shoes to match.
Fits perfect.
Just what I needed. Another dress.
This one's not as good.
I know.
No, it's not. It's not as near. It's not as good as the as the other one, or the other ones, because you've got multiple of the other one.
I'll use one of those spare data pads. Write a wee note. Just saying. Been invited out to the executive lounge. We'll be back later, and just put it on her under her pillow.
Okay.
Your pillow.
Meanwhile, Sally, when you basically, what? That's your name, isn't it?
Yes, it's like the Daniel thing.
Sally
I think she
Montoya,
doesn't
I
tell
believe.
people.
When you basically return to the garage to clock out, there is a Turian in a nice business suit there. You may have remembered seeing him giving a speech on your first night when you first came in. And he's got 2 bodyguards with him.
Walk past him and it's like, hey, watch out for the vehicles that, standing around in the area, and it might be a hard hat zone. We've had injuries today. Safety first. Just walk up.
That's why she's my finest driver. She knows what matters.
It's been a
Genuine shock.
You of course recognize one of his bodyguards is now Mr. T-Pose.
Oh right, what was his fucking name? It was like
Securo.
Securo, that was it. I am Securo.
Yeah, once you basically finished it, the Turian walks over and he's like, I'd like to thank you for your heroism today.
Bump down off track. Well, that didn't really seem like anything. I mean, who wants to see a car crash happen?
Well, you saved multiple lives with your keen driving skills. Stopped 2 vehicles from going out of control in the end.
It doesn't really feel like a thing. I mean, they're basically capped out at like 40k. It was like the lowest speed, most dynamic thing you've ever seen.
Well, I wasn't there, so I'll take your word for it.
Dude, you got action music.
Everyone was impressed.
Well, I mean, if people had seen it coming and gotten a good enough running start, they probably could have stopped it themselves. So, I'm glad it impressed you, sir. It was safe and not anywhere near as dangerous as people are making it out.
Well, safe is what I want. That's why I'm here to offer you a promotion.
Yay! Awesome. I am definitely someone who should be responsible for things.
That's good. That's exactly the type of attitude I want. Because if you take this, you will be responsible for the safety of the executives when they're being driven around.
Oh, I got you. Like carpooling and
Exactly.
limousine
And it's,
security.
and it's far more, gives you far more freedom and pays better because you only need to be on call. You can do what you want most of the time. It does mean that you are available all the time when we need you, but when we don't need you, you're free to do as you wish. Within the rules of the facility, of course.
Hand, got his elbow, shaking it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please, you have no idea. Thank you so much.
Now I finally remember my family who made it.
Good, I will run this through with your boss right now. He looks disappointed. She was my safest driver. Everybody else is so reckless.
41, 42. It makes me angry with rage.
How was this truck doing 45? That was the one where an iron beam fell on the guy's head, sir. It was out of control. It's even more dangerous.
Electronically limited to 20.
Yeah, I can't go 45 because it only goes 38.
It was a slope.
Well, there we go. You have the rest of the evening off, but starting tomorrow morning, you work for us now.
Do I get a cool uniform like these guys?
We'll work something out.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Finger guns at the guy, not crane.
Oh,
No. It's just like counter attention to crane. Finger guns at the other guy.
But inadvertently that's drawing attention to because you didn't.
what you don't notice is
Guys, Turi and not Karanan.
a single tear rolls down Crane's cheeks. It's Mr. Kissinger! When it gets down to his throat, he's like, Kissinger!
Shakira will remember that.
All around me, yes.
And I remember them forever.
Yeah, the memory comes back. She didn't finger bang me. I mean,
Hey, Tiala might get finger banged.
only if you're
So,
lucky.
yeah. Tiala. You are heading to the executive lounge.
Yep.
These are finger guns. Finger banging is something different.
If you're not sure, watch South Park.
Yeah.
It was an awesome episode.
Explains it completely.
It does.